Yo, so what's up guys, Izond here, and I'm a Kha'zix main from Taiwan server. I have a million mastery points on my main account, and I also play other accounts, so I'm over a million mastery points, and I am currently master. And because after master, if you don't play the game often, you will just auto drop it. And I was a 300 LP Grandmaster Taiwan server Kha'zix player. Kha'zix 1 trick, I only play Kha'zix in my solo duos. Let's just jump into runes. And runes is the most easiest and the most important thing of a champion. And runes for Kha'zix, I'm going to talk about the most used runes for Kha'zix. First, Electrocute, and then Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, and Relentless Hunter or Weaponless Hunter. To talk about Electrocute, it just deal a lot of damage, and then Sudden Impact, your jump and odds can proc the Sudden Impact. The extra lethality is really good. And Eyeball Collection, you can also use Zombie Ward. If your game is you don't think that you are going to get lots of kills, you can go for Zombie Ward with the there's a item that can clear walls with the item. That's pretty great. Weaponless Hunter is good for fighting, and you can heal up with your camps. After you fight and you are in a really low health, you use your Weaponless Hunter to heal you up, and in fights you also heal a lot of health, and it makes your combat power is better. And Relentless Hunter speed up your tempo. You can just get to anywhere in a really short time, so that the enemy won't expect you to be there, and you can just keep walking and then kill the enemy. If you are really confident with your tempo, you can go for Relentless Hunter. And if you want to fight, you want to expand your lead with the combat power of Kha'zix, you are going for the Weaponless Hunter. Another wound page, you will want the blue wounds and Absolute Focus and Water Walking or Gathering Storm. For Absolute Focus, Kha'zix is an AD champion. There's lots of bonus AD ratio for Kha'zix. You do a lot of damage if you have more AD, and Absolute Focus can definitely help you with that. Like when you are clearing, most of the time you are full health, and so it speed up your clearing. And Water Walking, it just make your combat power in the river and the dragon fights really great. You can walk faster. That movement speed is also really important, because it allows you to chase the enemy and chase the scuttle crab and Gathering Storm. I personally don't like Gathering Storm because my tempo is really fast, and I always finish the game before 30 minutes. And actually before 30 minutes, the AD Gathering Storm gives you is not that high, so I don't really like these runes. But if you think that your game is going to last for a long time, you can go for the Gathering Storm. You may think that Nimbus Cloak may be suitable, but I don't think so, because you just want more AD for Kha'zix, and pretty bad actually, and there's no way for me to take this with Kha'zix. So this is the first wound page, and you definitely don't want to go for this attack speed, because as I said, bonus AD ratio for Kha'zix. Most of the time I bring armor, because you want to keep yourself healthy in your jungle camps. And if the enemy is all AP, you may go for this, but most of the time I go for the armor. And there's some change for the Electrocute. You can also bring Dark Harvest if you think that you are going to get a lot of kills and assist in the early game or late of mid game. You have lower damage than Electrocute in one combo, but if you get lots of stacks, you get more damage. And the main point of Dark Harvest is that you can reset. And if you think that in team fights you can just cleaning up with your Dark Harvest, you can go on it. And it is like most of the Kha'zix players bring these runes. But in high elo, like Master tier or Challenger, people go for Electrocute, because most of the time you can't clean up. You are not going to hit multiple targets, so most of the time in high elo, like Master or Grandmaster or Challenger, you are going to need the Electrocute. But in low elo, like Diamond, Platinum, you are like Dark Harvest is most of the time still pretty great. You need to know that in early game, this Dark Harvest is only going to give you like a little damage, like 80 damage, and that's actually pretty bad. So you need to take care of that. And there's another rules which is health, right? Like you may say that, oh, Izond, you are showing Kha'zix is not going to auto, but actually it is a pretty great rules. Electrocute, it only gives you like, look at the early game, it only gives you 30 damage and 0.4 bonus 80 damage, but health base, you know. Each auto it is 180 ratio, and you get 2 extra autos, which is 2.080 ratio. Yes, it is actually pretty broken for early game when you can just land the autos. You need to like use it a lot to know how to use these runes. And well, for more details, you can go for the Tinger's video. Like he teaches you how to use health bait and what's the benefits of the health bait. And I'm just here to tell you health bait is also available for Kha'zix, and I'm not going to talk about it that much. You can also change the blue runes into this or this. For the yellow runes, you may want these two if you are not going for health, right? Because like attack speed, now you clear faster and your combo is faster, and well, just like that, and it gives you more damage. You can also do this or this or this. Most of the time you want this and just charm, but generally blue is better. And for the inspiration, you want to go for this one. You can smite more often, and you know that after the changes, after you smite 5 times, you can upgrade your smite. So if you choose these runes, you can upgrade your smite sooner, so you can have a better combat power, or you can just go for the hero fight and then have the benefits of the 900 smite damage, right, while the enemy is still 450. The reason for me to choose Boost Market is because I don't want to choose the boost, because you know the boost gets nerfed. You can only get a boost after 12 minutes if you didn't get any assists or kills, and that's actually pretty slow. And most of the time for jungler, you want to keep running away in early game, and most of the time in early game you want a boost, and it's just that you can't buy the boost, and it's actually pretty awkward. So I want this. So, and you know, for Kha'zix you build a Serrated Duck, and maybe sometimes you have only 900 gold and you want a duck, so you can use this future market to buy that duck. That's pretty great. So for inspiration, I'm going for these 2 runes. For Conqueror Kha'zix, you are not going for the. I mean, you can also go for the assassin build, but most of the time you want that booster build of Kha'zix, which is like Golden Cur and Black Cleaver and Edge of Light, something like that. And you are not going to bring these 3 runes unless with Kha'zix. With Kha'zix, I'm going for this, but fit for work. But for jungle, I go for Conqueror. And let me talk about the benefits of Conqueror. For Conqueror Kha'zix, you have a really great dealing power in early game, not ganking. Like ganking, sometimes you are only going to make a combo, and if you only use one combo, Electrocute deal more damage. But if you do one more combo, like 2 combos, 3 combos, and just fight till the end, Conqueror, most of the time you are not going to just go for a combo. Most of the time you just full health and then reach the enemy jungler and you are going to fight to your death. And for that, because of this reason, Conqueror is much better in early game. And then second wounds, you are going for Triumph, like nothing to say about it, just Triumph. You are going for the attack speed or the tenacity. It just depends on each game. With low CC, you just go for attack speed. If the enemy have a lot of tanks, you just go for the cut down. And if the enemy have a lot of burst damage or CC and Talon or Vanguard, Xinchao, they are going to burst you down in a really short time. And then go for the last stand is just better. For Coup of Graph, just, well, if nothing special, you just go for Coup of Graph. You are going for the cleanups. For the second page, most of the time I'm going for these 2. Just Kha'zix have a lot of AD ratio, like I'm gonna set, and sudden impact do not give you any AD. Eyeball collection just improve your snowball potential, and then it gives you AD. You know, lethality is not doesn't work for camps, and AD does, so it also speed up your clearing. And most of the time I'm going for this, but for certain impact, it have a better early game, and if you do not get any kills, some impact is better. So most of the time I want to go for the eyeball collection and just Weatherless Hunter, because if you build Conqueror, most of the time you want to go for the stealing potential, and then you just want to have Weatherless Hunter to let your combat power is better. You're not going for Weatherless Hunter because, well, you are going for Conqueror, and there's no point for you to go for Weatherless. You can also go for Balloons for these two. I mean, just more AD early game, and then gives you a better early game power while you have lost low stats. You know that these two also need stats, you need kills and assist to, like in early game if you have low assist, low kills, these two wounds is just completely useless. It gives you 0 healing, 0 AD. So if you go for early game, you are going for these two wounds. These two, nothing special. You know, Phase Rush is a really special wounds for Kha'zix. You can just pull off immediately after you hit some guy and something goes wrong. Like sometimes there's low vision and you see a isolated guy there and you have low vision, and maybe you sometimes you want to jump up, right? You want to deal some damage to see, you don't know if there's any enemy and you want to try it, so you just jump up. And if there's no enemy, you just use your Phase Rush to chase them down. If there's enemy, you just use proc your ultimate. Your Phase Rush is actually pretty easy for Kha'zix to proc. You just EQ auto and then you have Phase Rush. And if you jump in and you see some enemies there, you just proc your ultimate and then just run away. It is a really safe wound for Kha'zix. You can make a lot of plays that you normally couldn't do it. Like you can just, if there's a tank, just walk up and you can, in team fight, you can just WQ auto, and then pop your Phase Rush and then use ultimate and then just rush into the enemy's backline and then just deal damage to the AD carry or villain. It is also really great while you are in a lead because you just chase people down. Most of the time if Kha'zix is in a lead, those damage wounds are not that necessary because you already deal a lot of damage. The thing you want is mobility to chase people down. So it is really good while you are in a lead. So if you are sure that you are going to be in a lead and you don't want dark covers, you want a mobility, so you may want Phase Rush. There is some special matchups that I bring Phase Rush every game. Like when I fight against Italy, you know a great Italy player can kite you really well. It is also for Talia because you don't want to use your E for Talia because of her E. When you use your dash on her E, you just take a lot of damage. So you just want to use your Phase Rush to chase her down. Like Echo, King, and also other champions that is not good at combating in the early game. You also want Phase Rush because you are going to win 1v1 with them. And then for Phase Rush setup, I'm going to Phase Rush, Inscope, Absolute Focus and Water Walking or Getting Storm. Oh, I haven't talked about Transcendence. Transcendence is also a pretty great one, but I always go for Absolute Focus for the AD, and actually cooldown reduction is also pretty useful for Kha'zix, but so if you want cooldown reduction, you just go for Transcendence. If you want AD, go for Absolute Focus. That's not a must, but just depends on you. I like Absolute Focus more for the assassination and clearing speed. For the second wound page, you just go for these two or these two. So going for you can also go for this, but it is actually pretty bad, so I'm not going to do that. Like I do that before, but I didn't do that now because it's pretty bad actually. And just 2 AD and then armor, just like that, nothing special. So that's all the wounds about Kha'zix jungle. So hope you guys enjoy.